Good morning. Ephesians 3:14 says this, "For this reason, I am on my knees before the Father, from whom the whole family he's got, both in heaven and on earth, gets his name." I think of this great plan, that is, that God has in store for the world and for us. What Paul is saying is, I'm on my knees and I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you will be strengthened. I'm praying that the love and the riches of his glorious riches may strengthen you. I'm praying that you'll be rooted and established in love, so that as a community, you can get a hold of how vast and how long and deep and high is God's love in Christ. Paul takes a posture of respect towards God. He's on his knees, demonstrating his total devotion and prayer on behalf of God's people. Lest his mind wander and his thoughts stray, he physically constrains his movements so that he has to be focused in his request before God. He's kneeling before the Father. A Father who created the universe, eternal. There's a relationship he has with him, which is that of his Father. This aspect of God imprints itself on every aspect of the universe. The universe is made by a Father. The universe is created by a Father. Every chapter of administration of the grace of God that comes to us comes from a Father. And so we heard and we understand that Paul is praying. But let's take a further look at his posture. He's praying on his knees. His posture shows us that this is not an accidental prayer time, but rather a planned one. He's on his knees. He's planned to be in that place. While many see in God, if you like, have many reasons to come before him, Paul takes his time to consider how he's going to come before him, how he should relate to the Father. Paul goes into the eternal plan which he has in his mind, which he begins to see, which excites him. That is the plan of the Father to send his Son on our behalf. And so Paul is on his knees, planned, considered. And he considers this plan that God has, and by the way, God has a plan for your life. God has a plan for every individual's life. And Paul is trying to understand his life in connection with the plan that God has for the whole of the universe. He's praying for the church, that the church will understand that God has a plan, and that actually the community would come into the knowledge of that plan, understanding of that plan. Jesus is the way. That's what the plan is. But the Father is the destination. That's the outcome he's looking for. And so Paul sees God is going to send his Son. Yep, he sent his Son. He's come. That was the plan. But the point is arriving at a destination. And that destination is the Father. Jesus is the way. But the Father is the destination. And so, he prays that the church would come to an understanding of this, a realization of this. Jesus himself says, I will remain in the world no longer, but they're still in the world, and I'm coming to you, Holy Father. Protect them by the power of your name, the name you gave me, so that they may be one as we are one. What name? Not Jehovah, Rapha, Jireh, Tiskenu, or any other such name, but Father. I pray that God will give you an understanding revelation of how deep and wide this love that God has is. It is vast. It's incredible. And I pray that you've been rooted and established in that love, may have power to grab a hold of God's eternal purposes for your life and the life of those around you. He wants you to know Jesus deeper than you do right now. And he wants the world to know Jesus. But Jesus may well be the way, but the Father is the destination. The Lord bless you. Have a great day.